There's a new YouTube feature that's been slowly rolling out to creators over time, and we're at a point now where a good number of you should have access to it. Just through testing this feature ourselves, we've been able to get over 30 to 40,000 interactions on our channel with just a couple minutes of work. This magic YouTube feature? YouTube quizzes. Now, whenever I talk about the community tab, I get all kinds of questions like, does the community tab even matter? Is this even worth my time? Let's address those real quick first, and then let's talk about how you can use this for a ton of exposure on your YouTube channel. The first thing I want to point out is that you can indeed gain views on your videos from community tab posts, and you can do so in a couple of different ways. One example of this is using a YouTube video in a poll post. We've tested this method ourselves with some of our older dead videos. It only takes a couple of minutes. Ask a question that kind of relates to the video you want to link, throw a link at the end of the question, and then have your poll follow that. The result is dead videos getting thousands of views. Additionally though, when you're not subscribed to a channel, but you happen upon one of their community posts, say in the mobile app, you will see a subscribe button in the top right corner of that post. You won't get a ton of subscribers from this button, but in the last 28 days, this is how many subscribers we've gotten from our own community posts. If somebody is willing to subscribe from a community post, there's a really good chance they are willing to come back and watch your actual videos, provided you follow the best practices for posting. When somebody first subscribes to your channel, YouTube does test out your content on their home feed. So when you're using these quizzes, or any other YouTube community tab feature for that matter, you want to make sure that the content you're putting in them is relevant to the content you make on your channel. For example, if we did a quiz like this one, and it said, which is higher, the population of Poland or subscribers on Markiplier's main YouTube channel? And you thought you knew the answer, so you clicked one of them, and then you decided to go check out some of our videos, only to find that we post videos about skydiving. Naturally, you'd be a little bit confused because we were doing a quiz about Poland and Markiplier, and here we are talking about a completely different topic. But that poll I just showed you is one we did run, and one that makes sense for us because we're always talking about views and subscribers on other people's channels. That particular quiz, by the way, got over 30,000 answers. The point is, make sure your community posts are fun, engaging, and relevant to the audience you're trying to meet with your content. Because it would be super easy to spam your community tab quizzes with random trivia that you just kind of find scattered all over the internet. But when people interact with those and then try and watch your content and it doesn't match, they're not really going to get anything out of that, and chances are they're not going to subscribe. Now, why are quizzes so powerful that I would go out of my way and do a completely separate video about the community tab? Well, here's the thing. Quizzes specifically, when done right, are irresistible. When you pose a simple question to somebody and they think they know the answer, chances are they're gonna wanna test themselves. And polls are great and we do them all the time, but polls are opinion-based, whereas quizzes are fact-based. With polls, because they're based around opinions, people may not interact with them because they just don't have an opinion about the thing you're polling them for. But with quizzes, if people are interested and they wanna learn something, they're likely to try it out. At least that's what the data on our own channel is telling us. For example, our best poll from this month had 33,000 votes. Our worst quiz, though, had 32,000 responses. That particular quiz was the one I've already shown you. And it happens to be, at the time of recording this video, our most recent quiz. So by the time you see this, it may have gotten even more answers. In the last couple of years especially, YouTube has done a really good job of rolling up all the features from other major social media platforms onto YouTube. Shorts can be compared to TikTok. Live streams have come a very long way and are always getting improvements based on things happening over on Twitch. And the community tab directly competes with the types of content you would see on a place like Instagram. I'm personally a believer of focusing on one thing at a time when you're first starting out a new channel. So having the community tab, shorts, and live streams and long form videos all in one place makes a lot of sense. If you want to grow, the last thing I want you doing is worrying about your social media presence on every website on the internet. And listen, the reach of the community tab on its own is incredibly broad. Just on our own channel in the last 28 days, we've gotten over 3 million impressions on our posts. So the strategy I would suggest to you is to post to your community tab at least once a day. I'd also suggest mixing it up between the types of posts you create. For example, do a quiz one day and an image post the next. Make sure those posts relate to the content you're making on your channel, and try to avoid the classic, what video should I make next poll? Listen, your audience has a lot to worry about, just pick a video. If you couldn't already tell, I am a fan of the community tab, but if you're sick of hearing about it and you just want to know how to get more impressions on your actual videos, then I will recommend you to this video right here, which will help make sure the algorithm stops hating you.